Hello everybody, I'm gonna show you how to learn to fly using Absolute RC. I'm selecting full camera mode and medium control rates. Let's get started. In follow mode there is a flat ground that creates a notion of movement, so we can always be behind the plane to avoid the reversal of controls. This is very well behaved trainer, and this plane is very well trimmed, so when we apply full throttle the plane will gradually go up. When we are at about 3/4 of a throttle the plane will fly horizontally, and when we lower the throttle to about half the plane will start descending, and so we can use the throttle to control the altitude of the plane. Let's try to land now. Not bad for a first landing, but let's learn to do a little bit better. I'll cut the power completely now. As you can see, the plane comes to landing at very steep angle. This can be very dangerous. Let's see what would happen if we're flying a little bit higher and we cut the throttle that abruptly. Oh, the plane crashed. Let's reload. Now I cut the throttle, but to apply a little elevator to control the glide path, so the plane glides at much lower angle towards the ground, and it can land softly. Let's see it again. At the very last moment I pull a lot of elevator to flare the plane and have a soft landing. I'll do it again. Note, now I keep a little bit throttle and control the glide path with very small movements on the elevator, and at the very last moment I level off the plane and then flare the plane, and it gently falls down to the ground. Okay, we did good with this plane. Let's see, can we do the same thing with a faster model? This is a low wing trainer, very nice flying model. Let's see how we can repeat the same exercise with this faster model. Look at the elevator stick. I'm using it to control the glide path and to flare the plane at the very end. In this landing, I don't lower the throttle. I leave it at about 20% and then use the elevator to control the descent. That way I can make sure that the plane do not stall and keeps enough speed when it's on the landing path. Let's look again. Lower the throttle so the plane establish a constant descent, and gently use the elevator to control the glide path. So basically you control the speed at which the plane approaches the ground. At the very end, keep the plane horizontal and flare the plane so it gently loses the lift and touches the ground very nicely. Let's try now another plane that's a little bit harder to land. This plane has a bigger prop, and also the plane is tail dragger, so there is no front wheel to absorb the landing shock when you're landing at steeper angle. So when landing this type of planes, you've got to be very careful so the plane is properly aligned with the ground, or it will crash. Let me now do few perfect landings and watch closely how throttle and elevator interact so you achieve the perfect landing. Once you have mastered landing with entry-level beginner type of planes, you can try to land uh, some of the warbirds that we have here in Absolute RC, and see they are a little bit harder. But the rule is more planes you fly, the better pilot you become. So don't be afraid to try a variety of planes, and you can only get better. Let's try to land more planes. Every plane has different landing characteristics, so The more planes you fly, the better you become. Finally, I strongly suggest to try a real 3D aerobatic plane. It has completely different characteristics as far as landing is concerned. You've got to be completely in control and to use the elevator mostly to control the altitude of the model, and use the throttle to control the model speed. If the throttle is too low and you apply elevator, the model will stall and will fall uncontrollably to the ground. So basically, again, the rule is throttle to control the speed and elevator to control the speed of descent, the altitude. So after that crash, let's see how to properly land a plane like that. In the next video, I will try to tell you how to do coordinated turns. We'll do them in forward mode because it's much easier. And once we master the coordinated turns, we'll be ready to start flying in a real RC environment where you can fly the way RC pilot flies, where the model can fly towards you and try to control the plane when the model is coming towards you. It's kind of hard, and I'll see you then. And in the meantime, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. Thanks again, and bye bye for now.